The NASA genius who accidentally invented your childhood is Dr. Lonnie Johnson, and the title is not hype. He was a nuclear engineer who worked on serious aerospace and defense projects, then turned an odd bathroom mishap into the Super Soaker, one of the defining toys of the 1990s. The important part is not just that it happened by accident, it is that he had the technical range to recognize a useful principle when most people would have seen only a wet floor. I'm going to show you how the engineer came first and why the toy was really the result of years of disciplined work. Johnson grew up in Mobile, Alabama, where curiosity had to survive limited opportunity. He was not handed a straight path into elite science. He built one himself at the 1968 Alabama Science Fair. He was the only black student there, and he won first place with a robot he made from Junkyard scraps called Linux. That detail matters because it shows the pattern that followed him for decades. He did not wait for perfect tools or perfect permission. He made things out of what was available, and he did it well enough to stand out in rooms that were not built for him. That early talent carried him into engineering, where his career moved through high-level research and government work. He became a nuclear engineer and later worked on projects tied to NASA, including the Galileo mission to Jupiter, and on defense technology connected to the B-2 stealth bomber. That is the first big correction people need to make about him. He was not a toy inventor who wandered into science. He was a serious scientist whose ideas were already living inside demanding systems where failure was expensive and precision mattered. The famous accident came later in his own workshop while he was developing an environmentally friendly heat pump. A high-pressure stream of water shot across his bathroom. Most people would have called that a cleanup problem. Johnson saw a design principle. He understood that a compact pressurized system could throw water with force and distance, and that insight became the seed of the Super Soaker. The toy's genius was mechanical, not magical. It used pressure to turn water play into something much more powerful than the old squirt guns kids had known. What followed was not an instant victory. He spent about 7 years trying to sell the idea, and most toy companies passed on it. That delay matters because it separates invention from market success. A good idea is not yet a product. Johnson had to prove that a water gun built around pressure could be safe, durable, and commercially obvious enough for a toy company to gamble on it. Laramie eventually took the chance, and the Super Soaker became a massive hit, turning a home experiment into a childhood staple. The larger legacy is bigger than one toy. Johnson has more than 100 patents, and the wealth from the Super Soaker helped him fund Johnson Research and Development, where he has pursued green energy and advanced engineering work. That is the real historical point. He used toy money to keep doing serious science. In 2018, he also won a $3 million settlement from Hasbro over unpaid royalties, which is a reminder that invention is not just creativity, it is also ownership, contracts, and the right to be paid for what you built. So when people call him the NASA genius who accidentally invented your childhood, that is accurate but incomplete. He was a black engineer who came up through hard barriers, solved hard problems, and then turned an accident into a product that millions of kids remember. The accident mattered, the expertise mattered more. Without the engineering, there is no Super Soaker. Without the persistence, there is no legacy.